last night, one of my good friend who happens to be next door, she lives a few houses down from me, decided on a whim to go camp somewhere and spend the night in the van. And boy, was it so much fun. We went to Coronado, and so beautiful. It's such a perfect, just idyllic summer night here in San Diego. There was a outdoor movie by Hotel del Coronado. They have some setup there where people can have s'mores. It was just beautiful. The restaurants are bustling. There's so many people walking a sidewalk where people would work, and it just feels so alive. I don't know if that even makes any sense. So we spent the night, and it was kind of funny sharing my van with another friend because I had one experience aside from last night where I shared the van with another person. I wasn't sure of that, and I should have trusted my gut then. I wasn't ready to host somebody, and I don't know the person very well. Let me just say that last night experience was just so different. We were talking and chatting until I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. And it's funny because my girlfriend said that as soon as I say goodnight, I was out, and that's pretty much how I am. I know that. So she and I had a good time, woke up, opened the cover. And right away we can see the Pacific Ocean. It was just beautiful, beautiful. I made breakfast here in the van. I made eggs, and I have bread in here, and we had coffee too. It was just so much fun, so much fun. I didn't take much video because my friend is very shy, but I have a few pictures. I would have almost missed it if I would have said no to her invitation, like, just let's go camp. And it's funny because I'm gonna start pulling to the back of my house, and I'm gonna tell you why. As soon as we were done with breakfast, we went to go walk at the beach, and we did that for at least, I think, a good 30-45 minutes. But during breakfast, she and I were talking, and the night prior, it seems like she couldn't understand, and letting go of all the things that I have, including my job, just so I could do this. But after we've done what we've done, it's just so refreshing. It was such a good feeling. Life has given me so many precious lessons, and if there's one thing I know, we can always make a choice to be happy and joyful. And this thing that I'm doing, even during the whole ban build, I cannot say that there was a time when I was sad. Maybe there were days when I was a little frustrated, when I couldn't figure things out, but that's also very short-lived. As soon as I realized I couldn't figure it out, I just kind of walk away from it and just wait until I get the idea. So anyways, it's one of those things that, coming in, she was probably thinking I'm a bit crazy for making this decision, which is not new to me. I've always gotten that even when I was a young kid. I remember back home in the Philippines, I've always stuck out because I do things differently. And I always love me for being so different. I never felt like, oh, I'm different, therefore, maybe there's something wrong with me. I'm always like the kid, like, I'm different. Oh, cool. I'm different. And I love me for being different. So anyways, after we got home, I got a text from her saying thank you, that she had a wonderful time. And to be honest, I had such a wonderful time also, because this is my goal. While I'm trying to get ready for this big trip of a lifetime for me, I still have a home. I still have a kid that needs to finish high school. And as a matter of fact, my oldest one is in her last year of college. So I want to be around when she graduates. I want to be here for those milestone moments. As a single mom, I've put up with a lot of things, and my kids especially had put up with a lot of things. And if I could just be very honest, looking back, what seemed to be such a hard challenges that we went through, it just makes this milestone moments even more, it's just even more sweeter. And I appreciate life 10 times more because of what my kids and I have been through. And it just makes me feel even more grateful. And oh, I was just so happy to be able to share that. And I have a few more friends that I'm really, really looking forward to sharing this experience with. One of them is my friend. I won't mention her name. I'm going to ask her first, but I have a friend that I'm going to go to Salt Lake City to. That's why I'm parking my van here in the back of my house on the driveway. I need to reconfigure everything. I need to pull out stuff from the van and put other things in the van to get me prepared for that trip. I cannot wait to share this experience with her. And I have other friends that I wanted to do this with. As a matter of fact, I have one coworker that before I got the van, since she and I are working, I just kept talking to her about, me having the van, me traveling, and I just talk about it nonstop. So when I finally got the van, she's one of the very first people who celebrated it with me and for me. And when I started making small trips, she said, okay, get all the kinks out before you invite me, which I totally respect. She's a single mom too, and I don't want to pull her away from her kids and then bring her with me in a small trip only to have all stuff, go wrong. But I could honestly say that I'm at a point right now where I'm so comfortable, going on a small trip. And I know that when the time is right, when everything at this house that I'm in are basically either donated or I sold most of it, and I'm able to establish another way to earn income aside from YouTube, another income that I could use and take with me. Oh my goodness, the fact that I have this year to prepare to go full time, I think it's the best way to go. At first, I was a little upset. I want to go now. But I wanted my girlfriend, the one that was with me last night, she was the one that says, if there's even just a little pull in your heart, that means you're not ready. And then another girlfriend said, just take it as, the universe is giving you one whole year to prepare for this dream trip that you've been talking about, that you've been dreaming about. So I take it as that. And oh my goodness. Anyways, right now, let me just get this van ready. But yeah, let me show you how I will prepare for my very, very first long trip outside of California. I cannot wait. If you're enjoying the content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. And one other thing that I missed when I was doing the van tour is this little compartment right here. So this one is where I put my shoes. I can also stick in my slipper. So here, I actually have hiking shoe. And it goes all the way down. And then of course, I have my walking shoes right here. And then I put my slipper over there too. Oh, and by the way, in Tagalog, we call slipper chinelas. Is there any Tagalog word that you'd like to know? Please message me and I will answer on the message. I promise I will reply. Look, first time me loading water. And I already broke something, so I need to hammer that back in. But for now, I'm just gonna load the water. I definitely overkilled with the water. But oh well, this is why I'm doing all this dry run trip, right? For me to learn. So now I know I can't fill it up to a certain point because now I can already imagine when I'm driving, it's going to splatter. Water inside the van, it's a big no-no. We live and we learn. you hear a dog barking, that's my neighbor's dog. And she is so dramatic. She's fine. She's just really trying to get her owner's attention because, you know, they put her in the garage because, you know, they're doing something in the house. She's fine, I promise you. She's so well loved, but she's also a little drama queen. So let's go inside. I messaged a friend who lives in Salt Lake, ask him about the weather, and I was told it is fairly warm over there during the day, and at night it's in the 60s, so it should be decent. But yeah, there's just a few things here that I don't need right now. Anything that I can do to make the van lighter to hopefully save gas. This one is staying. It's my tire inflators. Of course, I'm bringing this with me. This is my electrical home repair kit. Doesn't really take that much space, and if I need it, it's here. That should be it for that. I'll show you how it looks like in that cabinet. There you go. And by the way, I didn't show you, but there's still a lot more room in that storage. I really have a lot of storage, even though I put so much junk in here ever since, you know, I started traveling. I realized I'm bringing a lot of junk, but who doesn't? Now let me clean up the cabinets. Not that I need to clean, really. There's not a lot of things in there, but just organize it. I really wanted to keep my clothes in here because if I wanted to change, I want it to be easily accessible. So this cabinet is actually very deep. I'm gonna keep them here. And then the bottom one will be for my friend, for whatever essentials he's bringing, clothes.